Ono pota.
Look at you.
Oh, there we look. Adam. Where is he gonna sit? Oh. I don't know, Param knows it. Yeah, you can. Okay, I don't know. Okay, there. Who drops this?
One copy now. Right, this way. How are you? How are you? What the recording for the platform? Get it? Look. Yes. Come on.
Yes, that's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court today. We look forward to seeing this, this case having a sign of coming to an end, because that's what we all are hoping for. The federal government should bring this case to an end. There's no point changing charges all the time. We know that recently they changed the charges from treasonable felony to terrorism. You can imagine charging him with terrorism. And we've seen the federal government granting terror groups pardon. So when you look at it, you just know that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu because of his tribe, because he's from the southeast. They can't do this to a northerner. I mean, they cannot do this to a northerner. Don't forget that the North said Boko Haram was their freedom fighters. People like Buhari said attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. So they supported these terror groups. Everybody, all these things are on the internet. We all know that. But see, why Nnamdi Kanu is being held back is because he's asking for secession. He wants Biafra. He wants Biafra to secede, the southeast to secede. And because of that, he's being charged for terrorism. And then you look at it, recently we've seen so many Boko Haram members, being granted pardoned by the federal government. It does not stop at that. They are being given taxpayers' money to take home. These are people that have bought military men, not just civilians alone, military men that have shot down military jets, that have done so much harm on the Nigerian economy. You know, they've painted the image of Nigeria black. But today, the federal government prefers them to people who said they want to secede. And when we look at it, we all know that the Southeast is highly marginalized. Let's be true. The Southeast is highly marginalized. So the federal government created that vacuum for the agitation. And instead of them to look internally, it is okay, how do we fill this vacuum? They are just busy pursuing those who are asking for secession. Why not look into the issues of the Southeast and see where this vacuum, which everybody, not just the Igbos, people from other tribes, they know that the Igbos are being marginalized, possibly because of the Biafran war and all that. And still, till today, people feel marginalized. And when they ask that they want to secede, they are being tagged terrorists. While those who are bombing all the places, destroying schools and churches and mosques, see what is happening across the country. Tinubu does not even have the liver to declare the Fulani headsmen terrorists. These are people who are seen to be terrorists, you know, across the world. On the global stage, the Fulani headsmen are terrorists. But in Nigeria, they are bandits. So you just find out that it's because Nnamdi Kanu is from the Southeast. That is why he's going through what he's going through. Anyway, I'm going to allow you to take a look at this video where a woman leader, an Igbo woman leader, has challenged the military that they are the actual terrorists in Igbo land, that they are the cause of the insecurity in Igbo land. In short, she boldly told them that before the military came to the Southeast, we didn't have much of these attacks. But now it is worse because of the presence of, you know, the military. Don't forget that many people have come out to say that they pay ransom close to military checkpoints. You know, the bandits or the terrorists, they release their victims close to military checkpoints. So when you try to connect the dots, you find out that possibly these are security agencies. When you check deep, you know that they are not free from what we are experiencing in this country. Don't also forget that an ex-military man who is a sniper has come out to testify that he was shot by his fellow military man. Why? Because he was buying Boko Haram members. The military man told him, stop buying Boko Haram members. He's protecting the interests of Boko Haram people and he's in the military. So the military cannot say they are innocent of what is happening. But because of hatred for the Igbos, that's why Nnamdi Kanu is being held. And the more they keep holding Nnamdi Kanu, the Southeast will not know peace. And if the Southeast does not know peace, it's affecting Nigeria as a whole. So I think it is high time we bring.
But when we came around to cover the insecurity, we discovered that 90%, I'm sorry to say, of the insecurity in the Southeast was caused by the military. I won't apologize for saying it, but they would have shot me at Osumuhu that time. So when we came, and on Monday, we decided to cover the sit-at-home proper. So when I have my driver, I have my car, so I moved with my driver. So when we came to Olo, that near Banana Junction, we discovered that place was, you know, closed up by the military. So I had to come down because I have a newspaper outfit. So I have my ID card. So I approached the militaries. Even when they saw me approaching them, they were like, even their faces. And I greeted them and I said, Oga, why did you block Drew? I said, who are you to ask us that question, you know, without the harassment? And I showed them my card. I said, unfortunately, I'm a media person and we are here to cover the sit-at-home because we realized that you said IPOP is sit-at-home and they're enforcing sit-at-home. But with the look of things, you are the one enforcing the sit-at-home because I know that before you came, there was nothing like this insecurity. Let's be honest to ourselves. Before the militaries were moved to Southeast, we didn't have it this bad. So you were brought here to relax the sit-at-home. Not that there were clashes within the sit-at-home, but for you to relax it so that people will start coming out. Now that you are blocking the road, it's like you are helping to now enforce the sit-at-home. So when I now flashed my card, they now ran inside. So out of anger, I moved those things on the road, and then I drove past. I covered the whole of Southeast. When you approach their checking point, they look more deadly than any criminal, even armed robbers you meet on the road. The way they approach, the way they harass. So after touring the whole of Southeast, we now realize that even the way they harass motorists, the way they harass people, we now realize that 80% of what we are being told is being done by the militaries and the harassment. Now, on my way back, I'm from Imo State, so I ended up in my hometown. I'm from Olo, actually. and then going back to Nnewi, where I was married. So taking that Osumuhu is usually faster. So I came through I landed through the Imo State Airport. I forgot to remove the the tag on my bag. So when I approached that Osumuhu, they stopped us. And when they saw this, the tag, they say, "Where are you coming from?" I explained myself. They searched me and what have you. And then when they took my passport, they say, "Madam, where are you going to?" I'm going to Nnewi. Where? Nnewi South. Where in Nnewi South? Oto. Where in Oto? They were now asking me my village. At that time, I was very upset with what they were doing. I said, "It now means we are under siege. This is not security. You came here for another mission. Oga, what are you doing with my village and my family name? So you are the ones that will collect this information from our sons that come from abroad, and then you give it to your kidnappers. It means you are involved in kidnapping. Otherwise, why would you be asking me?" I said, "I'm going to know. Is that not enough? You asked me my village, I told you. You asked me my town, I told you. You are now asking me my name, where I come from. So what else? In the night, you come and carry me like fowl." They were, in fact, they cocked their gun. 10 of them, they were mad, they were raging. I lost it. I now said, the Southeasterner needs to find out what is going on. This has nothing to do with IPOP. The problem is the media were reporting something else, while underneath something else was going on. So when I got home eventually, in fact, when I went after the quarrel, I told my brother, "You know what, turn this vehicle. If I pass, they will kidnap me." I think they work with those criminals in the bush. They kept them there. How can they keep these armor tanks and what have you? How large is Osumuhu? It's that forest that they cannot fish out those criminals. So as we were turning, they seized my car key. So I left them. So I think the whole drama, they went to bring their leader, the Ogas. They came with their van and they collected the key and they handed it over to me. I was alarmed. When I got home, I called the PG of my local government, and I said, "Oga, people should stop looking at IPOP. I'm not an IPOP member, I don't know them, but this is what is going on. See. As I was talking, a young man said, "Madam, they seized my machine there yesterday." Because people, Okada will not pass through that Osumuhu, but I think it's better now. The man said, "Madam, I am." I said, "What did you say?" He said, "I am. But we are stuck." You know, that was the reply I got. We are stuck because the militaries are here. If you remove them, something else might happen. I think at that point they knew and they were looking for solution. Another experience we had is I passed through that Osu road and I met the militaries there. They were right at Ekotutu. And now from our investigation, we realized that when they were attacked by whoever attacks them, they would turn their gun on the villages living nearby. That was how also Ekotutu was burned. Have covered the whole southeast, both the police everywhere in the southeast, and they cannot fish out these criminals. But with few vigilantes that were raised, you can see the women saying that they can enter the bush now since we have this vigilante group. So what I'm telling Diana, let's stop moving money around. Now, big cars, you know, can we take a security? Invest it in security. I can assure you, community trouble and we can their security men 100,000. See what we'll do. We'll turn them as security and farmers in the bush. Nyaha location ni mafia. Turn them as security, pay them well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Our people, they connive with Fulani to perpetuate this criminality. They haven't done that because those who have been victims, those who have been kidnapped, they come out
and they reveal what happened. And some of them, the masked, only put mask. Yeah, our local people in that midst. They don't mask. They speak their language and you hear it. So my brothers, go and tell your village. Any solution? Self-defense. You have a right to self-defense. We must rise to defend ourselves. Government has failed us. Government has failed us. I've moved several motions. I've moved a motion on insecurity in Usually. The last time people were killed in Nimbo, I came there physically. I came to commiserate with the families. I got to the Senate. I moved the motion. It was approved. The Senate Committee on Legislative Compliance followed it up. The IG of Police has that resolution. The Chief of Army Staff has that resolution. The Director of DSS has that resolution. Nothing has been done. Many state governments are not waiting for federal government any longer. Federal government security system, the police, the DSS, the civil defense, because the so-called Fulani people and herdsmen or bandits, they are not spirits. We can't be complaining every day. They will come and kill our people. Haba. So, Bikonu, on the Bani, Oyela Roru, Jaguar, Umonanya, Jaguar, the village head, Jaguar Ikwe, or whoever. Jaguar, the head of Vigilante, only village Vigilante, and a church and a buying. Right from the time I was a kid, oh, we didn't change, now can bring Bani Mayas. When none on Otobo, who are there on a road. Some people know that today. Actually, no room. That's how security has been maintained in the bank. So why are we running away now? Government too. Because our own PDP government in Enugu State is not prepared to secure us. It is not just because Pitamba is from Kanu. Buruburu, Bonyeseka, PDP government. He was there for 8 years. Did he secure us? No. So what are we talking about? The PDP government in Enugu State is not prepared to provide security for her citizens.
So guys, you have seen it. The insecurity in the Southeast is something else. And the federal government has no presence in the Southeast. We know that. When you think of what the military is doing in the Southeast, you feel like weeping. At the point they will ask people to come down from their vehicles, you have to use leg to walk to a certain point before they allow you back. People are just being tormented in the Southeast. And when people agitate, they will tell you, why are you agitating? You know, look at what the Fulani headsmen have been doing in the Southeast. No voice is speaking for us. Our Southeast governors, they are there for their own political gain. None of them is standing up to these people. But you cannot do that to the North. You see the hunters that were by the Northern, the Northerners stood up. Everybody was speaking that there must be justice. But let them buy the Igbos. Nobody. You see the Enugu women protested. Nobody came to their rescue. So, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.